10:03, so I'm going to say let's get started. So good morning, everybody. My name is Bobby Skinador, and I am the ITA Associate Outreach Specialist and the ITA Oneida and ITA Lac de Flambeau Study Skills and Leadership Instructor. Welcome, and thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate ITA's class of 2021. While we wish we could celebrate this moment with everyone in person, we have done our best to bring you this live event. So feel free to utilize the chat throughout our time together today. We celebrate 43 students who had made one big decision that changed the course of their high school years, along with their lives. ITA Oneida and ITA Lac de Flambeau students accepted our offer of admission 3 years ago. UW-Madison students accepted our offer of admission 4 years ago. As 8th graders and freshmen, you compiled your application and showed us your potential. You came to your interview and told us why you wanted to be in this program, and we believed in you. The next step was for you to put in the work. You made good on your pledge to show up at 9 a.m. on so many weekends. Time and time again, you made the difficult decision to prioritize ITA over other activities. You had the discipline to manage your time well so you can balance ITA with everything else in your lives, and you committed to learn. UW-Madison students spent countless Saturdays with us in the computer science building. ITA Oneida and ITA Lac de Flambeau students spent hundreds of hours completing online coursework, in addition to multiple full weekend cohort meetings each year. You all spent a combined 2 months of your summer learning about different aspects of technology and preparing for academic success. You made an investment in yourselves and it paid off. All of our graduates were accepted to pursue post-secondary education. Each of you deserves the future you have worked incredibly hard to create. And I know that your families, the ITA staff, and our other guests today are incredibly proud of your achievement. I would now like to introduce our first speaker of today, which is the ITA Advisory Board speaker. Hazel Simonet is the Program Development and Assessment Specialist and currently serves as the Evaluation Facilitator and Researcher at the University of Wisconsin Center for Education Research. She also serves as the Social Justice Educator with the UW First Wave Hip Hop and Urban Arts Program. Her work focuses on capacity building strategies for creating authentically inclusive and vibrantly responsive teaching, learning, living, and working environments that are conducive for success for all. Dr. Simonet is an active fellow within the UW Teaching Academy and the National Profession Evaluation Community. Many of you may be familiar with her name because there is an ITA house named after her. She has been involved with ITA since its inception. Welcome, Hazel, and the screen is yours.
Good morning and congratulations, ITA class of 2021. You are the ones we've all been waiting for. The 2021 frontline cohort for the next generation of savvy digital leaders. You are primed for service and success for the greater good and your own personal greatest and highest good. Your community, your family, we're all standing with you in celebrations. You are well prepared and ready. Madison cohort number 18, Lac de Flambeau and Oneida cohorts 5, standing strong and ready for the world. I am so honored and proud of you as graduates of a program that is so very dear to my heart. I've been a board member for 21 years, as long as ITA has been in existence. To see that programmatic seed of 2000 now so radiantly blossom into who you are, poised to step forward, step out, rise up. Right on, makes me want to shout out loud, out loud. Please know, always, you are ready for whatever. especially given all that you've had to navigate and negotiate to arrive where you are right here, right now. You are standing so strong and tall and ready to face the world with eyes wide open. You've come of age in a time of great turmoil, turbulence, uncertainty, and sorrow. Yet you persevered with the support of family and community and this program, in spite of the many challenges. Having faced those difficult conditions and circumstances will serve you well as you move into this next chapter of your life and beyond. Please make time to pause for the cause of appreciating how far you've come in spite of everything. What have you learned about yourself and the world around you? Make some time to ponder that deeply, heartfully. How can those insights inform your pathways towards your greatest and highest good, for the greater good of the world's peoples and the natural world, all our kin with whom we share this planet? That is your charge as you step into this next chapter. Please seize the time to reflect so that you can powerfully move with conviction towards your dreams. Heads up, some of the provocative possibility opportunities that you will encounter may show up cleverly disguised. Pause for the cause so that you may walk not just by ordinary sight and senses, but by your beliefs in the powers of things not yet seen. This past year has been a testament. What you were expecting, what we were expecting did not show up. And yet we had to flex and flow without freaking, or at least without taking up housekeeping in the freak. And that is what has brought you to this time right here, right now, that we celebrate you, closing this chapter of high school and preparing you for your launch into adulthood, into the next chapter of your life. So please hold fast to positive, provocative possibilities, however disguised they might be. You can ultimately turn whatever might be challenging on its head, inside out, so that ultimately you transform it so that it works for you, your family, your communities, for the greater good. The hand you were dealt this year and how you rose up in spite of whatever gives you tribute and testimony that you are alchemists. You can transform whatever shows up so that for the greater good you rise in spite of whatever. Again, congratulations, class of 2021. You are the ones that we've all been waiting for. Rise up, shine, and remember, the smallest candle shines the brightest in the darkest places. We are proud of you. Congratulations. Rock the world. Rock the world. Peace and blessings always. I'm complete.
All right. Thank you, Hazel, for sharing your words to our graduates as they navigate this transition up ahead of themselves. Next, we are fortunate to have Felipe Garciana deliver the keynote address to our students. Born in Bogota, Colombia, Felipe moved to Madison with his immediate family when he was 10 years old. He was recruited to the ITA class of 2008 and graduated from Memorial High School before attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison. At UW-Madison, he worked as a technology instructor for ITA while pursuing his Bachelor of Science degree. Despite extensive technology training from ITA as a student and even more experience as a tech instructor, he went on to receive a degree in horticulture, commonly known as fancy gardening. Felipe now works for UW-Madison as the web lead for the School of Education, where he is responsible for managing and supporting the websites for 10 academic departments and numerous other programs and units. Welcome, Felipe, and the screen is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you all for being present. I am going to share my screen since we have the technology available to us. All right, hopefully you all can see that. I take great comfort in following Hazel because I know there's absolutely no way that I could top what she said or how she said it. She is just such a force. So I'm just gonna go for it. Good morning, ITA scholars, friends, and families, and congratulations to our class of 2021 graduates. While we are meeting on a virtual platform, I want to begin by acknowledging the Indigenous peoples of the lands that we are on and the importance of that land. We do this to reaffirm our commitment and responsibility in improving relationships between nations and in improving our own understanding of local Indigenous peoples and their cultures. I'm speaking with you today from Madison. The University of Wisconsin-Madison here occupies ancestral Ho-Chunk land, a place their nation has called Dajobe since time immemorial. In an 1832 treaty, the Ho-Chunk were forced to cede this territory. Decades of ethnic cleansing followed when both the federal and state government repeatedly but unsuccessfully sought to forcibly remove the Ho-Chunk from Wisconsin. This history of colonization informs our shared future of collaboration and innovation. Today, UW-Madison respects the inherent sovereignty of the Ho-Chunk Nation, along with the 11 other First Nations of Wisconsin. So, like Bobby mentioned, I would start a little bit from the beginning of my journey. I immigrated to Madison as a kid with my parents and my younger brother. Spent the first 10 years of my life in Bogota, Colombia. Bogota, for those who don't know, is the capital of Colombia and is home to 7 million people. So it's a little bit bigger than Chicago. Both my parents were also born in Colombia, and at the time, all of our extended family lived there with us. My father was a lawyer there, like his father and his father's father. My brother and I went to a private school where we had tiny, adorable blazers. And my last name comes from the Muisca or Chibcha people, who are one of the many indigenous groups in Colombia that were devastated by Spanish colonization. The school system works a little bit differently in Colombia, but I was in what you might call third grade when I moved. At that time, I remember we were just starting to learn English. You may not know this about me, but I have a particular talent for the English language. When I arrived in Madison, a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, almost 10-year-old, I knew the word cloud, and that was about it. My family moved into a small apartment on the east side of Madison in November of 1999, just before Y2K made all technology obsolete. Okay, obviously that didn't happen, and I definitely didn't know anything about Y2K then. And I suspect some of you may not know what Y2K is now. You should ask an elder to tell you about it. Shortly after that, though, I would go on to start halfway through 4th grade at Frank Alice Elementary. Frank Alice was not the school that I was supposed to go to based on where I lived, but it was one of the only schools in the district at the time that offered an English as a second language program. So my brother and I used to take a taxi to get to school, where, amongst other things, a nice white lady taught me that the word cousin was in fact not spelled with a Z like I had thought. I can look back on this and joke about it now, but being an immigrant, trying to figure out school in a predominantly white city was not easy. I've clearly learned English by now, and it's often better than my 3rd grade Spanish, but it was a process. I vividly remember asking the only 2 other Spanish-speaking kids in class to help translate for me, and them telling me that they didn't want to. Learning English and replacing my Spanish became a trade-off I didn't anticipate, and it's something I still struggle with today. I share these anecdotes with you because some of you have had similar lived experiences. Some of you have had similar journeys, or you know somebody who has. And it wasn't until a couple of years after moving that I got involved with the Pre-College Enrichment Opportunity Program for Learning Excellence, or PEOPLE for short, that I really got to connect with other students like me. At that time, PEOPLE had a middle school program. Through PEOPLE, I learned about a sister program called ITA, and the rest is history, right? Okay, not really. I still have a couple minutes, and Bobby would not be happy with me if I stopped now. But my experience with ITA was foundational to who I am today. I know you often hear about how these people are family, how the community building the program is important and all that. And it's because it's true. You're going to graduate from high school soon. You may or may not attend college, and you may or may not graduate from that. But as you continue on in the workforce, and as you start to look at who the people are that are making important decisions about you and your work, you're going to notice that they don't often look like you. And this program is giving you the skills and the relationships to change that. I'm here with you today because of the opportunities that I've been afforded by this program and those relationships. I'm here with you today because of people like Hazel. And it feels a little surreal to be here speaking after her. Like Bobby said earlier, Hazel is the namesake for House Simonet. Some of you were lucky enough to be sorted into that house when you first started at ITA. Like you lucky few, I was in House Simonet back in the day when I worked for the program as a tech instructor. Though the house system wasn't really a thing when I was a student in the program, I still think it's pretty awesome. Since graduating from the program, I've been putting the skills I learned while at ITA to work, just as we all hope you will. I want to share with you a couple of examples of that. After graduating from high school and enrolling at UW-Madison, I used the HTML and CSS that AJ taught me to put together a portfolio website showcasing various things I'd done. This website would help me to get my first job on campus at a place called Academic Technology. Some of you may have even had an internship with them. While pursuing my education and learning about fancy gardening, I was able to use the Photoshop and Excel skills that I learned at ITA. Whether it was taking photographs of birchwood under a microscope, documenting the process of brewing hard cider for a fruit crops production class, or collecting data for a meta-analysis on how landscape structure plays a bigger role in the abundance and species richness of insect pollinators and farming practice, these skills helped me to eventually earn my bachelor's degree in horticulture at UW-Madison. After that, and in what feels somewhat like a culmination of the various things I learned at the program, I got to work with my brother to create some art. In producing this art, I used digital SLR cameras to film and photograph fluorescent dye under a black light. I processed those photos in Photoshop and the video using Premiere. These pieces that you see here and more have been shown at several galleries on campus and around town. And unless I'm a subject or I've credited the artist, the work you see throughout this slideshow is mine. Here I am in what appears to be my favorite shirt, posed next to one of our photos wrapped around a city utility box. This box is located outside of my old stomping grounds. If you happen to pass by Memorial High School on the west side of Madison anytime soon, keep an eye out for it. Feel free to take your own photos, and legend has it that I can be found on that same corner and in this same shirt to this day. Hopefully this one will load, but I wanted to just share two quick loops of what the dye looks like in motion. The work that you saw just before consists primarily of photographs that I take during this process, but the process live is also really interesting. When I'm not at my corner by Memorial, I'm part of a team at the School of Education at UW-Madison helping to tell its story. I get to build websites that highlight the programs and people of the school, and I get to shape that process. I get to influence what voices are elevated, what photos are used, what students and staff are hired, and how they're hired. I get to make the environment at the School of Education and on the UW-Madison campus more colorful. I get to lift as I climb. As you graduate from the program and you head off for the next part of your adventure, do the same. Don't forget where you came from. Don't forget the people who helped to get you where you are. Don't forget whose shoulders you stand on. This is part of your legacy of excellence. At last year's ITA graduation, Rosalind Pedrosine, the namesake for House Pedrosine, told students, "You are the fruit of seeds planted many, many years ago. So lift as you climb. Continue to pave the way for those that will come after you." This last year has been challenging. You know this more than anyone, and yet here you are. You have persevered. You are the ones we've all been waiting for. Keep going, keep striving, and keep us updated as you continue on. We can't wait to see what amazing things you'll do. Maybe someday it'll be you here talking about your favorite shirt and inspiring the next generation of ITA scholars. Thank you, and congratulations once again, class of 2021 graduates.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and your inspiring words, Felipe. I know that all those present appreciate you taking your time to talk to us today. Now we will have 3 students speak on behalf of each of our programs. Each student you hear today was voted by their peers as the person whose voice represents how they feel about graduating from ITA. The first speaker is Destiny Musinho Meza from ITA Madison.
Hi everyone, my name is Destiny. I am graduating from East High School and I am the class speaker for ITA-Madison. So, as we all know, the class of 2021 had a very strange second half of high school, and although it was not very fun, my time in ITA made up for the lost time. The love I have for ITA is so strong. I would have never imagined loving anything else as much as this, other than my own family. This is funny to think about because during our first summer camp, before we started our freshman year, the class of 2020 yelled at us for not talking to each other and staying within our friend groups. I remember how they told us that we were going to be together for the next 4 years of high school and how we needed to bond now or we were going to be miserable. I do recall rolling my eyes a little because their words sounded so cheesy and cliche. I cannot imagine seeing such a diverse group of people, like our cohort, becoming best friends. We all looked at each other, and it felt as if we were now even more pushed away from each other. We ended that summer still feeling very disconnected, but once the Saturday sessions came around, we began to talk a little more with each other. It is difficult to pinpoint the exact moment where it finally felt like our cohort had clicked with each other. But by our last freshman year Saturday session, we all left talking about how excited we were to one day become seniors and share our favorite ITA memories and attend SRU one day. Unfortunately, we all know how that turned out, but collectively, we all know that film camp was our favorite summer camp together. I had a lot of highlights in my life that summer. I had my quinceañera and a lot of exciting trips, but the ITA film camp was the ultimate highlight of that summer. We had spent the last year trying to act mature and cool so we would not be identified as the annoying, crazy freshman. But we all let our inner child and inner creativity go wild when we planned and filmed our videos. We all collectively created so many class inside jokes that year. Like every time I eat a Rice Krispie, I think about film camp. Honestly, when I feel lonely sometimes, I look at our class films to make myself smile. Class of 2021, we went through a lot. Not only did we go through the pandemic, but we even managed to win our kickball against the class of 2022 when Patrice was trying to rig the game so they would win. We honestly showed great perseverance that day. We should also get an award for being the most unpredictable class. Because remember when Excel was proudly talking about how no one has ever gotten hurt doing the ropes course during film camp? And then Josh dropped Justin and he ended up being the first one to ever get hurt. Class of 2021 was also the best at lunchtime karaoke with AJ. Who would have imagined the cohort that wouldn't even look at each other would ever sing Disney songs every Saturday session, even during labs? I am slightly biased, but the class of 2021 was just simply the best. Waking up early on a Saturday morning is always so difficult for me, but in all honesty, waking up for ITA Saturday sessions was never as hard as you would imagine it would be. 72 Saturday sessions for the next 4 years of high school was what we were promised with, and we only got 48. But those 48 Saturdays were completely worth it. Yeah, the class of 2021 missed out on the last year and a half of the ITA experience. But like I said before, the first 2 years and a half were so fundamental and amazing that it felt like we missed out on nothing. I never thought school was fun, but learning and being an ITA, that was truly fun. And even though we are going to be people program scholars now, we will always be ITA students at heart, because once an ITA, always an ITA. I will most definitely come back to help my ITA family and give back to the community that supported me the most throughout high school and who encouraged me to be the very best me I could be. Thank you.
Thank you, Destiny. Now we will hear from Victor Masaisva from ITA Lac de Flambeau.
Good morning, fellow graduates, friends, and family members of graduates, UW-Madison faculty and staff, and ITA staff. I would like to start off by giving out a few thank yous to those who have helped me on this amazing and challenging journey. I would first like to thank my family for being there to push me to complete this program. I also would like to give a huge thank you to the entire ITA staff for their incredible dedication and support. Lastly, but most certainly not least, I would also like to give a very special thank you to Julie Hagstrom for always putting the students first, whether it be in ITA, school, or life. I attribute a huge part of my success in this program to her. The countless emails reminding me to complete projects, along with her encouraging tone, were absolutely critical. Well, class of 2021, we made it. From taking apart our first computer during the first week of summer cohort, to now finally submitting our phase 3 project on our personal websites. Not forgetting the dedication, grit, and even times of struggle in the process. Learning to code was like another language. The process was difficult, definitely very frustrating at times. However, with the help of fellow ITA classmates, I persevered and managed to succeed. Now here's the real question. What are we going to do with this great opportunity? No matter where you go, the life lessons and skills gained from this program are priceless and will lead you to success on whatever path you choose to take. Personally, I'm committed to 4 years of quality undergraduate education at UW-Madison, which will hopefully lead me to medical school. Whether or not you know what you want to do, I hope that you find your passion and run with it. I also hope that in 4 years, we are able to gather for an in-person graduation, minus the masks covering our faces, and celebrate all that we have accomplished and hopefully inspire and encourage future ITA graduates. Fellow graduates, I will also like to close by congratulating you on reaching this milestone. Put your gear down, take a breath, take a look around, and have a moment. The view is beautiful. Celebrate with your friends, family, and other loved ones. Now pick your gear back up and look at the path ahead and take each step with care, pride, honor, and integrity. The journey going forward will be full of challenges, but always keep pushing, knowing the best is yet to come. Go Badgers.
Thank you, Victor. Lastly is Sydney Blau from ITA Oneida.
Hello, ITA parents, family, staff, and fellow graduates. My name is Sydney Blau, and I'm a student at Appleton West High School and the Renaissance School for the Arts. I am honored to speak on behalf of the 2021 graduating Oneida cohort of ITA. Throughout my time in ITA, I have made lifelong friendships and learned to work my hardest when faced with adversity. This year's graduating class in Oneida is what I would like to call a large group of friends. We all get along with each other and make the most of our long weekends together. Despite having half of our ITA experience in a global pandemic, we have made the most of it. We've motivated each other to do our work and have created a positive environment for everyone. As I have learned and grown through this program, I found it devastating we couldn't continue any in-person learning. With schools already shut down and our last year in high school taking the turn for the worst, it was the last news I wanted to hear. If I'm being honest with you, there were tears. I lost a part of my experience, but that was okay because I did my best and I was resilient. As the end of ITA approached and I began to polish my capstone projects and started writing this speech, a traumatic event occurred to me. On April 16th, around 7:30 a.m., I was in a head-on car accident that ended with me and 3 of my siblings in the hospital. This accident is the reason I now see through a new lens that not many people do. Although I'm still in recovery from this accident, I learned now how the lives of people I love and mine can be taken in a split second. Many people speculate how the accident was caused, but it wasn't the stereotypical texting and driving or alcohol. I continue working through that adversity and will fight and advocate for myself. Something I was taught in our study skills and leadership class was that no matter what someone thought or made up about me, I was going to continue to be the person I truly am. ITA is the place I learned to work through adversity, a place that taught me now working through those hardships would lead to success. I think that this graduating cohort could attest to that in their own experiences. Today is a special day for everyone as we celebrate our accomplishments we've made during our time in the Informational Technology Academy. As for the Oneida cohort, we are a strong group of students. I believe that each and every one of us will highly be successful in our future ahead. Some will be at UW-Madison and keep their ITA cohort close as people scholars, and some of us will go elsewhere to continue our education with skills and knowledge provided by ITA in mind. I will not be attending UW-Madison because it isn't the best fit for me. Instead, I will be attending the Alverno College, double majoring in art therapy and art education, and will always keep ITA in mind. I have not only learned life lessons, but also technology skills that will allow to continue forward in my education and career. Graduating today means we celebrate the knowledge and growth we have made throughout this program. I know, and I am sure our teachers can all agree, we are not the people we were back when we started this program. ITA has been a program that has shaped us into the people we are today, despite how hard it got. We have persevered through more than some can imagine. I would like to thank all the staff that has helped us along the way. You are the people we have looked up to throughout our time in ITA. You have taken the time out of your lives to better us as people and students, even when some of you were and still are students as well. A huge thank you to Chris Kilgore and Dione Jacobs for showing us what leadership and togetherness means. Personally, I'd like to thank my mom, Jamie, and my dad, Josh, for believing in me, even when I doubted myself. I now see why you always tell me to never give up, because that once shy little girl is now ending her graduation speech. I want to share with you something that I learned at a relatively young age. You only have one life to live, and that life can be taken in a split second. So live how you want to and chase your own dreams. Because at the end of the day, your life is what you make it. I encourage you all to continue to make positive change wherever you find yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. And thank you to you three so much for sharing about what today means for you and your peers. I hope you know just how much your words mean to everyone gathered with us today. The next video we will play is a poem from our students to our parents and guardians. Afterwards, AJ Daughtry-Krill will talk about the technology transcripts. So just give me a second while I transition to the video.
We now would like to read something for the parents present today. The following is an excerpt from the book, Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy.
Each child is unlike any other and comes into this world with his or her own agenda, with his or her own special talents, interests, and abilities.
What your child can or will become, no one can possibly know until much later.
The child's job is not to conform to his or her parents' expectations, but to grow and flower and become everything he or she is capable of becoming.
Khalil Gibran, in his wonderful book, The Prophet, expresses his idea wonderfully. He says,
"Your children are not your children.
They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself.
They come through you, but not from you.
And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you.
You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts.
You may house their bodies, but not their souls.
For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow,
which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams.
For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday.
You are the bows from which your children as living arrows are sent forth.
Hi, everyone. This has been a beautiful morning. I'm getting choked up because I'm just here to talk about something that appears to be simple, but as Destiny mentioned earlier, ITA has this way of making something cheesy become something deep and real and just so important and impactful in a positive way. My name is AJ Daughtry-Krill. I'm partially in charge of the technology curriculum along with Juan Martinez and Ninoska Picon. And included in your graduation package that should be arriving to you if you haven't already received it, is a few things, one of which is our technology transcript. So we've scrabbled all of the experiences you've had in the technology classrooms along the last 3 or 4 years. And that includes the choice marketplaces that you went to, if you were at the Spring Technology Marketplace, or Madison students. We do those early in the winter, usually in person. And as I look at things like photography and graphic design, or programming, or the video camp, things like Get Invested and Senior Capstone, it just brings up a well of memories, not necessarily of the technology projects you do, although that is huge in my mind. Every time, especially during this pandemic, every time our inboxes or our Canvas gradebooks light up with one of your projects, it just sends this huge amount of positive energy through us, whether it's a hilarious video or a triumphant project about how you learned how to skateboard over the last 365 days, or an infographic about something that you've become recently passionate about, or a spreadsheet about baking and what your business might turn into. Seeing your faces today, it's just making me realize how important these experiences are to all of you, and in turn to all of us, the staff, the technology staff, all of the full-time staff and student staff at ITA. You really, really are making just as much, probably more of an impact on us as it appears that we are to you. And that is the beauty of coming together and celebrating your accomplishments. And so please enjoy those transcripts. Look on them every once in a while, not just to brush up on your skills, but also to just remember what it felt like to be together, to be here now. And my hope is that you carry that with you as you move on to bigger and better things, if you can believe that. So it's great seeing you all. Thank you.
Thanks, AJ. It's now time for the presentation of graduates. We are celebrating 43 people who have fulfilled a commitment to be an Information Technology Academy student. Class of 2021, it's now your time to shine. If you'd like to say a few words, feel free to unmute when your name is called. Just give me 1 second while I transition to the PowerPoint. The first student we have is Miguel Abraham Gonzalez from ITA Madison, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Our next graduate from ITA Oneida is Mr. Caleb Aguirre. Caleb will be attending UW-Madison.
Jaden Bailey from ITA Oneida. He will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
I just wanted to say, thank you to all the staff for trying to make this year as least stressful as possible. It was really hard and really weird. And AJ definitely made sure that everyone knew he was there to support us. And it was extremely valuable every time he just checked up on us. And then thank you, Bobby, for multiple times you checked over my scholarship essay. I was being really pesky about that, but thank you all.
The next student is Puan Baral from ITA Madison, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
I just want to say thank you to all the instructors and Ron and Sarah and everybody from the ITA staff for supporting us and keeping up with us on our journey through high school and hopefully across college also. Thank you.
Our next graduate is Purbu Pudi from ITA Madison. Purbu will be attending UW-Milwaukee.
Our next student is Sydney Blau from ITA Oneida. She will be attending Alverno College in the fall.
The next student is Nathan Bodecker, who will be from ITA Electa Flambeau, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Alfredo Colin Carrillo from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison.
Our next student is Hudson Cornelius from ITA Oneida. He will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
The next student is Lewa Diarra from ITA Madison, who will be attending the University of Minnesota in the fall.
Jennifer Flores from ITA Madison will be attending Madison College.
Our next student is Margot Francoeur from ITA Oneida, and she will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
The next student is David Gondry from ITA Madison, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Our next graduate is Arturo Guadarrama. Arturo is from ITA Madison. He will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Ashley Hewitt from ITA Madison. She will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I miss all of you, and I love you guys. I miss AJ, Excel, Pawan, all the staff. This was a very interesting year, but you guys made it amazing.
The next is Maria Holmquist from ITA Electa Flambeau, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Our next graduate is Derek Humi from ITA Madison. Derek will be attending UW-Madison.
Our next student is Trinity Jackson Hodges from ITA Madison, and she will be taking a gap year in the fall.
The next student is Erica Jimenez from ITA Madison, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Our next graduate is Deanna Kelly from ITA Oneida. Deanna will be attending UW-Madison.
Our next student is Kalele Kida from ITA Madison. She will be attending UW-Madison this fall.
Our next student is Quinan Lay from ITA Madison, who will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Jua Lor from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison.
Padalor from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison this fall.
Yilang Lor from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Victor Masaisfa from ITA Lac de Flambeau will be attending UW-Madison this fall.
Anna Molson from ITA Lac de Flambeau will be attending Johnson & Wales University in the fall.
Jaden Meltz from ITA Oneida will be attending Northeast West Technical College.
Esmeralda Miranda Nashi from ITA Madison will be attending the University of San Francisco.
Our next graduate, Katie Mora Pacheco from ITA Madison, will begin at Madison Area Technical College in the fall.
Destiny Musinho Meza from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Ethan Oyen from ITA Madison will be attending Madison College.
Joshua Porter from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison this fall.
Rhea Ronaghy from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Giselle Sanchez from ITA Oneida will be attending UW-Madison.
Osamu Diamen Sole from ITA Lac de Flambeau will be attending Loyola University, Chicago in the fall.
My mic working?
Yep, it's working, Osama.
Okay. I just want to say thank you to Chris, Julie, my instructors, and all ITA staff for helping me and supporting me throughout my journey in high school and ITA. Words aren't enough, but you guys really helped me grow to the person that I am today, and I will take all my knowledge and information I learned from ITA and apply it to college and beyond.
Bryn Van Boxtel from ITA Oneida will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Leslie Vayar from ITA Oneida will be attending UW-Madison.
Danica Washington from ITA Madison will be taking a gap year beginning in the fall.
Alejandra Wasson from ITA Lacta Flambeau will be attending UW-Madison in the fall.
Sophia White from ITA Oneida will be attending UW-Madison.
Leo Shong from ITA Madison will begin at UW-Madison this fall.
And the last student today, Gio Zavala from ITA Madison will be attending UW-Madison in the fall. All right. So students, we are incredibly proud of you, but more importantly, you should be proud of yourselves. I think I can speak for all staff when I say that it has been an honor and a privilege to be part of your journey. Congratulations. If you have not already, in the next week or so, you'll all be receiving a graduation package in the mail, like AJ said. Inside, you will find an ITA completion certificate, an ITA stole, and various other items. Be sure to read the card inside to know how to confirm that you received that package. Now, ITA's Executive Director and Assistant Director of Academic Technology within the Division of Information Technology, Ron Jetty, will be presenting the Legacy of Excellence Awards and give a few remarks.
Thank you, Bobby. And I want to thank our three student speakers earlier for those wonderful remarks, very self-reflective about your journey and also the navigation through this pandemic that none of us have enjoyed. So that was quite powerful. I really want to thank also Hazel and Felipe for his wonderful presentation and the inspiring words that they that both Hazel and Felipe provided for our graduates. And again, thanks to Bobby for organizing all of this. It's a wonderful culmination of multiple years that you all put into the program. And Bobby does a lot of work wrangling colleagues to make sure that this event goes off smoothly. So thanks again, Bobby, for your excellent work here, and to your colleagues, the other ITA staff members that have teamed up to support this event here. Yeah, so this is a special privilege here. This is always hard because we really love all of you. You all that have made it to this point have a lot to be proud of. And within that, we still have recognitions for our community from each cohort site that we do every year. Selecting a senior, the staff does this, selects a senior from Lacta Flambeau, Madison, and Oneida sites for special recognition based on contributions to their cohort site and to the overall ITA community. These awards are called the ITA Legacy of Excellence. This year's winners were recognized by staff for their outstanding leadership skills as they made the most of their Information Technology Academy experiences, served as positive role models for fellow students throughout their time in ITA, and were always willing to help their fellow students. I know that remaining engaged in ITA programming has been especially challenging during the pandemic with all the shifting around of, first of all, in your specific schools that you had to remain engaged in and making academic progress in. And then in the ITA programming where we had to move into the hybrid realm, not hybrid realm, a completely remote realm without in-person activities. And so These students in particular continue to excel during their time in high school and also remained highly engaged in ITA programming, kept that as a priority during their time in this pandemic. And so a testament to all of you, all of our graduates, for doing that and arriving here today. But for our 3 Legacy of Excellence Awards winners, first I'll award our ITA Lac de Flambeau student here, and that is Ms. Anna Molson. Anna will be attending Johnson and Wales University. Congratulations, Anna.
Thank you.
You want to say a word or two, Anna?
No.
Okay, well, you're welcome, and we congratulate you on your achievements. Our 2021 Legacy of Excellence Award for ITA Madison goes to Ms. Ashley Hewitt. Ashley will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Would you like to say a word, Ashley?
Yeah, sure. Thank you guys for everything that you guys have done. And this was a once in a lifetime experience, I believe. I made some really nice lifelong friends, and I'm gonna miss all of you guys. Even though I'm stuck with some of them for another 4 years, but it's okay.
Thank you. Finally, our 2021 Legacy of Excellence Award winner from ITA Oneida is Mr. Jaden Bailey. Jaden will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Jaden, would you like to say a word?
Just thanks again for making this year. Everyone tried to make it as least stressful as possible, but they still were able to teach us like stuff that we could use in college. And it was really nice to be able to learn stuff that you actually use, even though this year was really weird. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks to all 3 of you, and congratulations again. I want to thank you especially for your contributions to the ITA community, staying engaged in those student hours, showing up at other optional events throughout your time in the program. Adds to the richness of the experience and also helps out our younger students as they're working their way through the program as well. So thank you for your work with your peers and for those coming along behind you. In addition to the certificates that you're receiving for the Legacy of Excellence, I think you'll also be pleased to know that you're going to each be receiving a new iPad, courtesy of our sponsor, American Family Insurance. So congratulations again, and be on the lookout for those new iPads. All right. And so, yeah, I thanked our full-time staff here for helping out with the graduation. I know Bobby has Brandon and has engaged some other students that have helped us out as well. So I want to make sure I acknowledge our academic and our technology instructors, many of whom are ITA graduates, and former staff and instructors and alumni who have helped ITA out over the years. Thank you. Our advisory board members and our other campus partners in the Division of Diversity, Equity, and Educational Achievement that help sponsor this program. It's a do-it program, but it really is a campus-wide effort supporting this. And so thanks to all of our partners. This morning has been a lot of fun seeing all of you and celebrating your accomplishments for all these talented seniors here. All the time that you spent in our classrooms and labs and engaged in field experiences to expand your knowledge and skills in the areas of technology, academics, and career development. That's all been acknowledged here today. Thanks to AJ for his presentation of all of that earlier. Please know we're proud of each and every one of you. You've proven to yourselves that hard work and determination really do pay off. That's been, again, extra challenging. We're acknowledging the pandemic here, but especially important during hardship that you've worked your way through here. So I thank you for your effort, and I'm glad that I was able to get to know you a little bit during your time with us. Some of you in your journeys here at UW-Madison may come back to work for ITA. We love that when alumni come back to work with the program and spend time with us during their years on campus. So I hope that we see a number of you doing that in our ITA Lac de Flambeau Oneida programming, going out in the field sites there and enjoying Saturday sessions as a student staff member. So please keep that on your radar screen. You may hear from Chris or AJ to try to recruit you for that. So yeah, I just want to close by saying, you know, I think you've all been being told to be proud of yourselves through our speakers earlier. You can really proudly say that you've joined the over 400 ITA alumni. With you now, it's almost up to 450 ITA alumni who came before you. So I wish you all the best as you continue on your various educational paths and on into adulthood. You're always welcome to come and visit us at ITA. And again, thank you very much. Everybody have a wonderful day.
All right, thanks, Ron. So we are close to the end of our event today. But before we go, I would like to say thank you to the speakers today, to the families gathered with us, and staff to help us celebrate the accomplishments of class of 2021. Thank you to the seniors. As I mentioned before, it's been an honor and privilege to be part of your life's journey. And we will now conclude this program with a reading of Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away.
You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the person who'll decide where to go.
You'll look up and down streets, look them over with care. About some of you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not so good street.
And you may not find any you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town.
It's opener there in the wide open air. Out there things can happen, and frequently they do, to people as brainy and footsy as you.
And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew, just go right along. You'll start happening too.
Oh, the places you will go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers who soar at high heights.
You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are.
You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mixed up your right foot with your left.
And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. Kids, you will move mountains. So be your name Bucksbaum or Bixby or Bray or Mordecai Ali von Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Dr. Seuss.
I hope everyone has a great rest of your day, and seniors, please keep in touch.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Kudos.
You did it. You did it.
Congratulations. Goodbye, everybody.
Congratulations.
What?
Got a capstone email. You have to keep chugging along on that.
Woohoo. Yay. Come on. The rock the world ITA. Yay, 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 yay. ITA. Woo! Yes. Go ahead on. Hey, Carolyn. Look at Ember. Hey, Ember. I see you. Yay. Blessings be with you all. Rock the world, ITA. Have mercy. Yee.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Yes.
Thanks,
Thank
Bobby.
you, Bobby, for
Thanks, Bobby.
orchestrating all of us.
Of course, always.
Bobby.
Great
Bye,
seeing all of
everybody.
you.
Have a great Saturday.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. ITA, ITA, ITA. Whoop, whoop. AJ, hey. Bless. See y'all. Take
Dr.
good
Hazel
care.
Simonet.
Come on. Yay. Y'all take care. We'll see ya. Enjoy this beautiful day too. Okay? See ya.
Goodbye, Miss Hazel. Sending love.
Bye-bye. All right.
All right, everyone, I'm going to end the meeting for all. Enjoy the
Pull a
rest-
plug on us. Pull a plug on us, Bobby, because we don't know how to go away.
Thanks again, Bobby, for everything.
Thank you, Bobby. Stay hydrated today.
All right, Mush.
All right, Mush.